What's up guys, as you're aware, the ODST flights started about a day or so ago, and I was lucky enough to actually get in after a little bit of time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jump into the new game modes Recon Slayer and Recon Swat to test out those new ODST weapons that have been brought into the Halo 3 multiplayer. I think it's super cool that 343 has added in new content into Halo 3, and I'm super excited to try this out, so let's just hop right in. Alright, first game we got on here is just a game of Recon Swat on Heretic, so kind of test out the new ODST pistol in Halo 3 and kind of see how it is. I mean, just listen to this thing, it sounds fucking awesome. I almost whiffed that guy completely, but you know, is what it is. Not a big SWAT person, you guys probably know this, but so I'm a little out of my element here playing SWAT, but I figured since they added both Recon Slayer and Recon Swat, I would try both of them out for you guys. Oh, I don't know how that guy didn't kill me. That was kind of weird. It looks like if you kill someone, their visor reverts to the regular color. Didn't know that. So in this update, 343 has added the ODST pistol, which we're using right now. They've added the silenced SMG, which we'll use in Recon Slayer, and they've also added the Brute plasma rifle, which is the plasma rifle that we'll see in Recon Slayer when we get into that. Overall, I think the pistol is the coolest addition, although the SMG is also pretty cool, but this pistol is pretty damn good. Oh, I just choked it so hard. The pistol is a goddamn laser. There's no denying that. I'm just super happy that 343 has decided to put in the work to add this content into H3. I mean, I know it's not like totally new content. This content was a part of Halo 3 ODST, but I mean, that was just like a single player and firefight thing. So it's really cool to see these weapons usable in the multiplayer arena setting. That's just really awesome, and I'm just happy to see them adding it into the game. With the infinite delay, there's a lot more breathing room now for Halo 3 and just the other titles in the Master Chief Collection, so I'm excited to see what 343 does in the next year or so while we're waiting for Infinite, but we still have all these MCC titles. They obviously still need to bring ODST totally out to the public along with bringing Halo 4, but after that, besides just fixing different bugs and kind of making sure the games are still running properly, the team that's working on MCC can focus their attention on new content. So I've made videos in the past kind of about different Halo Online, different El Dorito maps that could be brought into Halo 3. I think that would be pretty cool. There's a handful of those you could bring over that were released in Halo Online, but there's a lot more behind the scenes that we never saw. So if they still have the files for those, we could maybe see some of those. Could also see some of the Halo Online weapons. So similar to Halo 5, if you haven't played Halo Online does the same type of thing where there's different variants of the gun, so you'll have different battle rifles that have different attributes, and then there's also the DMR in Halo Online, so they could bring that in too. So there's a lot of cool things that 343 could bring into this game without necessarily having to develop brand new content, although that's always up in the air too. They could develop some new maps, they could come out with totally new game modes, totally new weapons. There's a lot they could do now that there is more breathing room between this and Infinite. I'm really excited to see what they do, and that's going to wrap it up for the SWAT game. So we're going to hop on over, we'll play a game of Recon Slayer, and then we'll kind of get out of here. Alright, we finally found a Recon Slayer game. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I think this took about 20 or 30 minutes of searching to find. But we're into a game, so now I can kind of show you guys the new SMG, along with just regular time to kill instead of it being SWAT. Oh my god, I choked that. I should have killed that guy without dying for sure. Oh no. Oh, I killed him, nice. So one thing you'll notice in Recon Slayer is that the pistol actually acts a lot like the Halo 5 pistol, if you've played much of that game. It's a 5-shot kill, and it's actually really solid. I'm interested to see if this pistol gets put into regular games, if people will occasionally use it in scenarios over a battle rifle. I'd have to go and test out like exact time to kill. In Halo 5, it makes sense because the pistol actually has a slightly shorter time to kill, even though it takes more shots. The downside is just it isn't as well. The downside is it used to not be like as accurate and as easy to use as the BR. That has kind of changed since the BR nerfs, but I'm interested to kind of see where the balance would land for this pistol exactly. I have a feeling the BR will still be king. Plus, I don't even know if this will make its way into regular game modes anyways. It might specifically just... Oh my god, that felt good. Oh, yeah. It might specifically just be for Recon Slayer and Recon Swat along with custom games. One thing you guys can kind of see now is now that we're playing a game mode that has regular time to kill, you can kind of see the hit reg changes. It's not totally the same, obviously, as using a battle rifle, but I would say that the hit reg, it feels pretty good. I mean, I never had huge complaints with it, although I knew there was improvement to be made. But everything I've been seeing is people like the hit reg updates. I've been reading some stuff that people aren't really sure how much they actually did with hit reg itself, and instead increased bullet velocity. So they kind of did like a roundabout way to fix it per se, and I'm just gonna need to put in more time, I guess, to give more of like a knowledgeable opinion on that change. But yeah, Recon Slayer and even Recon Swat to some degree are pretty fun. I'd really recommend, if you guys are in the flight, you check these out. If you're not in the flight, I'm sure they'll be there when this game launches. I think they'll be the limited time playlist for that week. So I'd say get in there and try these out. Just kind of like how Halo 5 had ODST Slayer at one point as a special game mode. This is really similar to that. It's really fun. I said this in the last game, but I'm just really glad to see 343 adding content to Halo 3. Halo 3 is my favorite game, and more content is good, even if necessarily this pistol might not be the best pistol or it might not be the most balanced thing in the world. It's fun to use. It's fun to have new weapons. I really hope to see new maps. I'd love to see new game modes like this, or even just new game modes altogether, not just plays off of existing game modes. But we'll have to see what 343 does in the coming months. I kind of talked about it already, but the Halo 3 and the MCC have breathing room. You don't have to worry about all the work that they put into it now being overshadowed by Infinite in a few months. They probably have a year plus even of just MCC as the playable Halo, specifically on PC. So that gives it a lot of room to breathe, a lot of room to try out new things. They can try out and use this as like a test bed for different Infinite things if they want. So I hope we see a lot of cool stuff. This pistol is really fun to use, and I'm glad to see it. And I hope that 343 continues to build off this. I hope they don't just release Halo 4 and then totally drop MCC until Infinite comes out. I hope we continue seeing new seasons and new content almost up until the launch of Infinite. I think that'd be a really nice way to try and keep the Halo player base, especially on PC, as lively as possible going into Infinite. Especially since even on Xbox, they don't even really add new content into Halo 5 anymore. So it would be nice to just see some new Halo content in general. Oh god, that guy's got a flamethrower. I'm really excited for this to release to the public and be able to find games easier. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But that's going to do it for the Recon Slayer game. So thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, I really enjoy Recon Slayer. It seems like it's a lot of fun. I want to play some more of it. Recon Swat is pretty fun, especially if you like SWAT. I'm not a huge SWAT person, so it's not necessarily going to be a game mode I'm going to put a ton of time into, but I'll play it here and there just to play SWAT with that new pistol. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this video. I just wanted to show the new game modes, kind of show the hit reg a little bit. Like I said, it seems pretty decent, but I'll have to get more time into it, especially with the battle rifle itself, to kind of fully have an opinion on that matter. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. If you want to catch me live, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Arrrash with 3 R's, or if that isn't enough me for you, I tweet some absolute bangers on Twitter. As always, I'll see you next time.